All right, now I have to give you a demonstration. So let me just write a loop and suppose I run it on a list. So I have L equals to say 1, 3, 4, 5. I run a loop on L. So for I in L means I will pick up first value of this list will automatically get updated to the next element and will keep on doing so till it reaches its last element. So if I do print I here and I execute this code, the output of this code will be, suppose I say it as q.py. So yes, the output of this code is 1, 3, 4 and 5. Now whatever you want to do with the value I, you can do. If say I multiplied by 2, so in first iteration the value of I will be 1. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So it will be printing here 2. Then same goes for 3. 3 multiplied by 2, 6. 4 multiplied by 2, 8. 5 multiplied by 2, 10. So the output for this code will be 2, 6, 8 and 10. So if I execute this code, the output is 2, 6, 8 and 10. So what it is doing, it is picking every element of the iterable list of this sequence. The sequence could have been string as well. So suppose if I had s equals to, and suppose it was Python. Now if I run a loop on s, I will pick p first followed by y, t, h, o, n. So if I now print it here, if I say print I and I execute my loop, the output is python. So it picked P, it picked Y, it picked T. I could have done anything. I just pick up the element of my sequence and I could have probably multiplied by 2. So I know that if a string is multiplied by an integer, the string is repeated that many number of times. So if I is P and if I do P multiply by 2, it will become P, P. Same goes for Y, Y, T, T, H, H, O, N, as the output is indicated here. So this is how for loop is working. And now if I talk about the else block with for, so when I do else here and suppose I say print by, so else block will be executed once the loop is terminated. In case of for, the loop will be terminated after picking up the last element of the sequence. So the output for this particular code will be pp, yy, tt, hh, oo, nn, and then at n the loop terminates, so it will then print you by. So the output is, see, it is the same output followed by a by here. Okay, now there is a catch here. The catch is that for else loop, else with a for, I'm talking about else with a for. So for a else block, that is with the for else block to be executed in case of loop, the loop should be naturally terminated. There are two ways to exit from the loop. One, when the loop naturally terminates, that is dependent upon your condition. And second, if you break out of the loop. So if I break out of the loop, suppose I write break here. So in this case, I will become P, print I into 2, that is PP would be printed, and then you break. When I break out of the loop, the else block does not get executed. So when I run this here, the output is only PP. So else block is executed only if the loop is naturally terminated and not when you break out of the loop. Whereas if I remove this break clause and the loop will run for p, y, t, h, o, n, after n the loop terminates, which would be a natural termination of the loop. The natural termination of the loop. In that case, the else block will be executed and the output will become pp, y by, tt, h, h, o, o, n, n followed by a by. So this is how my for loop is working. Now I just need to explain you a method called range method. So suppose if I create a list L, and suppose now I want to create a list starting from 1 going till 100. So it becomes very tedious for me to be typing that much. So I start from 1 using range method. I go till 101 because upper limit is not included in case of range method. Now if I run a loop for I in L, Okay, let me reduce the value. Suppose I want to start from 1 and want to go